So I just wanted to introduce to you guys my friends Isaac and Rose and their baby Joshua.
Hello.
Who's chilling out.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to love them. They're a super cool married couple, and they just have a beautiful marriage. And they're going to share a little bit about that, and specifically their finances in their marriage, and just kind of going from a place of just a lot of debt when they got married, and just not having different spending habits, and not really communicating about where the money was going, and then just working their way out of debt and just working their way into communicating really awesome. And I think they're just nailing the finance end of marriage, and it's just really cool and a really great example. And I think this is a really important topic because a leading cause for divorce is finances. So they have a little wisdom to share, and first they're going to share their story. So
So it started about a little over a year ago. We had a newborn son, Max, and I was sitting out here on paternity leave, and
literally out here on the couch.
Yeah,
late at
that's
night.
awesome.
and I found myself stressed out about what we're gonna do with the future. We were sitting with about $28,000 in student loan debt. That was our only debt, and we had $20,000 in the bank, and we were about to go from a 2-income family to a 1-income family, and I was just really like, what are we gonna do? How are we ever gonna buy a house? How are we ever gonna, do any of the things that we want to do, pay for college?
Totally.
Because just having, bringing a child into the world really kind of rocked me, both of us, and we just weren't really prepared. That's when we discovered Dave Ramsey and his principles on getting out of debt and starting to build the foundations of building your wealth and being generous with your money, and stuff that we just really hadn't really thought about.
Yeah, I think we were trying to figure out how to smush together our bank accounts, and everyone is raised spending money differently in their family, and so Isaac would spend his allowance right away and then ask for more as a kid. And I would try to save mine a little bit better, but still a little bit spendy. But I definitely like a Chick-fil-A milkshake, and if I could, I'd have one every day. And Isaac
awesome.
Enjoys the golf scene a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
He did enjoy it a little bit too much until we figured stuff out.
Yeah.
But we were just kind of spending our money with no plan and just kind of no dreams for the future yet. And so having a kid put it all into perspective.
Right. Yeah. And so we basically, from what we decided to do, we were thinking about spending that $20,000. We felt comfortable having that $20,000, but what Dave Ramsey recommended was throwing the majority of that, minus $1,000, all at the debt, and then working your butts off to get the rest of it paid off. Once you pay off all your debt, you just go and you build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So that was January that we were sitting, kind of figured out. I discovered Dave, and by the middle of March is when we paid off all of our debt. Wow. We had $1,000 left in the bank, and then we began to.
Can you push my glasses up?
Yeah. Then we began to pay start our emergency fund, which has been just huge.
Wow. And how many months was that till you paid off the debt?
So after throwing the basically $20,000, we basically put $20,000 on the debt, and then it was basically 2 more months where we just scraped, lived on basically nothing, a lot of macaroni and cheese, beans and rice, great. And then we paid off the rest of our debt so it was about 2.5 months later.
Wow.
Was the rest of the debt was at zero. We just got a net worth of zero.
That's crazy.
Mid-March. But we had no debt, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit about what is your guys' intentionality with your finances look like now? How did you guys get to that point where you can all of a sudden pay off all that money so fast and save for a down payment on a house and all that?
It was those conversations were really hard to have just because there was something that were needed for so long.
Yeah.
And but when we finally got to it, we basically just decided as a team, okay, what do we hope to do? What do we hope for the future? What do we want to do? And we started having budget meetings once a month. So that at the 31st of every month, we have our budget meeting for the next month, and we just basically put all the money at the top of the page and just start listing off all the things that we need to buy, all the things that we plan to spend on, and whatever we just allocated every single dollar toward a category, and just lived through that.
And
That's so
it's
cool.
really nice too, Joe, because our meetings are more than just about the money part of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like to ask, what were your favorite things we did last month? Or
Yeah,
like, what
that's
was
super
our
rad.
favorite family activity? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of debriefing about family life
Yeah.
in a, like, yeah, let's sit down and like talk about what we're excited about for this month and
Yeah.
what guests we're gonna have. So it's been nice to set aside a time where we can just talk.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Rose always comes up with an icebreaker question for us.
That's awesome.
Budget meetings.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wait, I have one for Joe. Joe, what color was your Razor scooter wheels?
oh gosh, black. Yeah, they were definitely black. We were talking about this stuff earlier, and middle school I saved up and bought a Razor scooter. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
But dude, that's awesome. And this is like so important because like one of the leading causes of divorce is finance. So I just think it's so cool how they communicate so well in their relationship and have really, nipped this stuff in the butt. But yeah, can you guys like share a little bit about like somebody, okay, so like if somebody in the audience is listening and they're just in debt and feel pretty trapped and just don't know how to get out of it or how to save to get ahead, like what would you guys say to that person? Do you have any words of wisdom or advice?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the most important thing is having a plan and just being really intentional with your money. And the best way to do that is to make a budget. You know, you know what your paychecks, were for the most previous month. How much money do you have? Okay, so starting at the end of the month, how much money do you have going into this next month? You plan, spend every single dollar on paper, and you'll be able to find a lot of hope within the numbers. And when you realize, oh my gosh, I spent $200 last month on Chick-fil-A. Okay, let me cut that down to $40. That's $160 you have toward debt or toward your house, and that type of thing. And so, just having a plan and making a budget would probably be the most helpful thing. That was the most helpful thing I found personally.
Definitely. And like with our meetings, Joe, like before we do the budget, like we have this big whiteboard in our kitchen, and we just have fun scattering it with holidays or feast days or
That's awesome.
birthdays.
It's a calendar.
Or, just what's going to go on that month.
Yeah.
And then we look at all of that, we get pumped, and we put away money for different activities. Or if I know that we're going to go out to dinner for my mom's birthday, we set aside some money for that.
Right.
I love
just
that.
seeing what's to come and getting excited about it. And then even if we have gift cards, like we get so excited to go to Olive Garden because we have a gift card.
Right.
Yeah, and so people think that's kind of funny when they come to visit, and we're like, we're bringing you to Olive Garden.
Yeah,
That's so great.
And they also laugh when it's written on the calendar, Olive Garden,
That's great.
Tuesday the 13th.
I love that. Because then, like, if you have that intentionality, you're not gonna like feel bad about spending
Right.
money at Olive Garden
Yeah.
because it's like we looked at our finances and we allocated this money for this, and it just gives you like freedom. You probably enjoy it more
Yeah,
too.
the freedom to enjoy Olive Garden. Whereas, like, before we were doing it, it was like we'd go to Olive Garden and we'd go to Texas Roadhouse. But it was like, should we, we deserve to treat ourselves, but then, like, we just never really denied ourselves. And so now we find ourselves just denying ourselves, except for the things that we really want to do and, like, the ways that we really want to spend the money. And so, whereas, like, I have the choice between, all right, do I want to go play poker with my friends or do I want to golf? I can't do both because I only have a fixed amount of money, that type of thing.
Totally.
So,
Hey, I love that, and you guys are just like so unified in where your money's going, which is making your marriage stronger. I'm sure.
Which is awesome because I think there's a lot of relationships where one person does all the money stuff and the other person doesn't know what's going on at all.
Yeah.
And this way it's so nice because we know exactly what's going on, both of us.
That's so cool. I love that.
We've just been able to make fun decisions about like trips and weddings, and it's more exciting. Life is more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, guys, and
Thanks.
yeah, I
Yes.
hope you guys enjoyed that because they're a pretty cool little couple. So they got some
Turn
pretty
off
cool
a little bit.
babies too. So
Thanks.
yeah,
Great.
peace out.
Yeah, thanks.